Welcome everyone and welcome to another blog video. In this one I talk about how you have a choice in life regardless of your situation. And I'm going to use Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a primary example because I feel like you can learn a lot from him. Now it's probably hard to think back when he was struggling because we see him now, he's so popular, so rich, both in wrestling and as an actor and around the world. Everyone almost knows who he is. But for him to get where he is now, it was a really tough story and a tough time for him for sure. So I'll quickly go through it. If you know the story, if you don't know the story, or if you don't know the in-depth of it, I will go through it quickly. But anyways, he, when he was 10 or 11 years old, he and his mom were living together because his father and mother had a divorce, so he got evicted, and then he wanted to do something in his life and he wanted to get bigger, and he felt that if he got bigger, he'll be more successful in life. He can provide for his family. So he started doing that. He got into football, and then he had injuries, and it didn't work out. And then, he tried to get in the NFL, injuries again, CFL, no. And then he obviously, he was in so much pain. He was so depressed. He could have gone the route of, screw this. I hate life. Life is so unfair. I'm just going to start, doing anything, like taking basically adversity and taking it in the wrong manner. He could have just, started dealing drugs, stealing, that kind of stuff, because he was very depressed. His dream of being in the NFL didn't work out. He was injured. He was struggling, and he has always said famously, I had $7 in my pocket. And at that time, that's when he made the choice. I mean, it may not be the right moment, exact moment, but what I'm saying is, around that time, he made the choice to make something different for his life, okay? He had a really difficult situation he was in, okay? Very, very difficult. But he decided to use that as motivation. He decided to use that adversity as motivation. And he used that to drive his desire, drive his determination, drive everything he had. He used that as fuel to be the best he can be, no matter the circumstances. So that's why, if you look at him now, why he works so hard and why he's so humble, because he's been in situations where he was nothing. He was the last in the league. He was the last in the league. I mean, like, as in life, he was last. He sucked. He didn't have any money. He was the worst of the worst. He was almost homeless. So he knows what it feels like. So he's always used that as fuel for his motivation to come out strong, and that's why he's so successful. That's why he was so successful in wrestling. That's why he's so successful in Hollywood. Look at his work ethic. It is so admirable, inspirational. I've always looked up to him, and I continue to do so. And I just, the message here is, you too have a choice, okay? No matter how difficult your situation is, no matter how tragic, how much the odds are stacked against you, you always have the choice to do something about it, okay? You can go one or two ways. I'll give you a personal example. When I got fired from my job after high school, so I was working 2 years. You've probably seen in one of my videos, I've talked about it in one of my first YouTube videos. I was working in retail and I got fired. And at that point, I could either continue to go down a worse path of maybe just looking for the same kind of jobs, or just being mad at the world, like, screw this, I'm not gonna work, I'm just gonna do illegal things. I'm not saying I had that in my mind, but what I'm saying is, you could go one or two ways. You can go really down, or you can use that, which I used and said, it took me a little time, obviously, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna use that pain of being fired to make a better life for myself. So I made the choice to return to school, and that's one of the, honestly, that situation is one of the greatest things that happened to me. So I mean, like, when you do make a choice in a tough situation, it can help you. It can be one of the greatest things, or a blessing in disguise. So always make a choice, no matter how difficult your life is, okay? You can always make the choice to do something better. When I was in high school, I was a kid that didn't lift weights, and I wanted to get bigger. I could have just accepted it, but no, I wanted to make something different. So remember, no matter the circumstance in life, we always have a choice, okay? It doesn't matter who you are, your limitations, you always have the choice to make something better of any situation. So I hope this example I gave you, and a couple of my examples, that you see that. So please, always make the right choice and use that pain, use that adversity to make a better life for yourself and make the right choice. Thank you. Have a great day.